Hello and welcome to today's Card A Cuppa with me, Fiona Whitten. So this is the first Card A Cuppa event for March 2026. Hadn't actually planned to be here where I am at the moment, which is in San Diego. I should have been back in the UK a couple of weeks ago, but things sort of went, well, not awry, but moved on a bit quicker than we thought with son's house. So he's in. He and I drove to Vegas last Thursday. Furniture made it Friday, so he's all in now. Got woken up. Well, I didn't get woken up. He had his refrigerator and washing machine and tumble dryer delivered 7 o'clock in the morning, which I think is completely nuts. But there you go. So please bear with me for a second. I am just double checking that this is going live. And I have no idea what this is doing. I think I just clicked on the wrong thing. Let's see. Yes, I think it is going out live. Great. So today's Card A Cuppa event is a bit of a... Well, I'm kind of winging it a bit because I hadn't planned to be here. I was supposed to be doing this in the UK and I didn't have a kit. So Carol, who I was hosting today's with her kit, sent me a photo of hers, which looks like this. And this is why I have to hope that you can actually see it. So this is on my iPad. So this is her photo of her card from this morning's Card A Cuppa. I just realised that I've got lots of shadows. But you know what? I think you can see this okay. If I just move it up slightly, I would go and turn the light off, but my chair makes an awful noise, so I'm tempted not to do that. Anyway, so it's a basic white card. She has some Daffodil Delight and some Lemon Lolly cardstock, some paper. All the dimensions for this will go on the description on YouTube. Then she has a 2-inch circle and a 1 3/4 inch circle. So she's got Lemon Lolly, it's the lighter colour, Daffodil Delight is the darker colour, Stamped a Sentiment on the darker colour in black. And then she gave everybody some of these little flowers which were punched out using the retired Petite Petal Punch. So I don't have any of that here in San Diego. So I kind of, as I said, decided I was going to wing it. So this is what I came up with. So this is my card. So it's a white card base. So I've got Daffodil, Lemon Lolly, Daffodil Delight, Stamped a Sentiment. So I just used a hello. I don't have the Petite Petal Punch anymore. I sold it yonks ago. In fact, I think I put it on eBay and it went within a couple of minutes, but hey, there you go. So what I did have was some flowers and leaves that I had used for, I don't know, another card anyway. So I had some spare ones, so I've coloured them in, that's Pool Party, and that's Dark Pool Party, Light Pool Party, and then this one is, want to say the light granny apple green, because I thought actually these will go quite nicely with the paper that I have, which was just something I got out of a craft store, a chain of craft stores. Most of you will know who it is. I'm not going to name it. Begins with M, same name as my son. And then I put a strip of the paper on the inside, and I put a strip of the paper on the envelope. So that was my finished card. I probably should put some embellishments on it. So I will do that, but not this instant. So the card itself is very easy to get put together. So we've got our base card. We have the panel of Daffodil, so it's just slightly smaller than the top height, top to bottom of the card. The Lemon Lolly, which is even smaller, so this is all going down in size of increments of 0.5 centimetre. So then that, and then so I have my 2 strips, and then I have my 2 circles. So it's really just simply a case of gluing these together. I'm trying to make sure that this all stays in shot. Oops. Right, bear with me 2 seconds, because I'm just going to put that out the way, and then hopefully that's not going to be in shot. So, a bit of Tombow glue. So as I said, it's simply a case of adding your glue to the back of each of these pieces and gluing them together. So it's always a good idea to glue the back, because that's the smaller surface. So that's smaller than the piece that you're putting it on. So if you went a little bit mad on that, on the next size up, then you could end up having glue coming out, squidging out, and you really don't want that. So that's that one. Like so. This is going to have some glue on. So that's simply going to get attached to the darker Daffodil Delight cardstock, like so, and then all of that is going to be put onto the card front. And you can put it in the middle. You can really put this anywhere you want. So you could put it, I've just realised I'd folded my card front and I haven't actually folded it very well. Let's see if I can do a better job of this. There's my bone folder. That's better. So I mean the original, it's on the left. You could put it in the middle, have the circle in the middle, circles in the middle, or off to the left or right, or you could put this on the right and have the sentiment going off to the left. But I think I'm going to stick with it. And again, you have the choice. You can add this with glue, which means it's slightly thinner, saves on the postage. You might just get away with it being a standard letter size. The more height that you put on it, the more likely it is to become a large letter. Now I don't need to worry about which way up because it's all the same. And I want a gap on the what will be the left hand side, but I also want to make sure that it's equal gap top and bottom. That glue will, I'll let it dry and then I'll use my glue eraser. If you don't know what this is, it looks like one of these, kind of looks like a biscuit. You can see all the bits of dried glue that I've got on there. It's also good for getting rid of like these little bits of paper that sometimes if your trimmer hasn't cut very well and it's left a little bit of a fluffy edge, it will do that too. Right, whilst I'm here with the glue, I'm going to put the paper on the inside. So this is cut at, well, it was a 6x6 pack, so it's just basically 1.5 centimetres wide, and then the whole length. Could even, let's see, do I have enough there? No. Okay, so I won't do that. So So I'm going to leave a little bit of a gap on this time. Sometimes I butt it right up to the edge, sometimes I leave a gap. And again, it's whatever your preference is. So I'm going to do that there. Let that dry. Oh, I didn't actually get any glue up that end, that's good. So I can just simply cut that piece off. Trim it like so. Don't need that bit. So that's the paper on the inside. Let's quickly do the same to the envelope. Put that on the envelope. Make sure that the flap's the right way up. And again, you can put it on the left or right. I tend to put it on the left hand side. It's just so that it's away from where the stamp would go. Because obviously that usually goes on the right. Again, I'm going to leave a gap. Let's see, just do this. This time I suspect I do have glue there, yes. Use my fingers to wipe it off. Take that off. I'm going to fold this piece up just so that I know that I can put it on my desk and it's not going to stick to anything. So there we go, so there's the envelope. There's the card, not quite finished. So I'm just going to put that there. So I've got my piece of Daffodil Delight that I'm going to stamp on. And I've got my piece of lemon, I was going to say lemon lolly. I know that lemon lolly is what Carol used, but actually this looks more like saffron. And I've got my stamp. I'm going to use the same one. Simply stamp it in Memento. Now that one I actually put the sentiment directly in the middle. This time I'm going to put it slightly towards the top. The reason being is because I want to be able to put the flowers and things coming down the bottom. So that's that stamped. If you don't like it, obviously you can simply turn it over. So I've got my flowers. I've got a few here. And I could just put one on the bottom like that with some leaves. Let's see what I got. I have that. And then I have the same again. I could put on the other side. This one's not really meant to curl around that way, but it will. I will make it. Or I could use that. Actually, I don't like that hello. It looks like it's sort of run a bit. So let's stamp that again. So again, I'm trying to get it at the top. And it doesn't matter whether it's straight or not, simply because that's better. Not quite so bold, a little bit more delicate. Let's see, I've got all sorts of bits and pieces here. So I could do that and that. know what? I'm not sure now. It's funny, isn't it, how maybe if I just use that one, I think that's better actually. That one was just a little bit too big. I've also got these leaves. Where is it? There. And as I said, the problem is that you could actually faff around. That's a great word, that faff. Yeah, okay, that's how I'm going to do it. So I think I'm going to put this on with a little foam pad. I'm going to leave those leaves there for the time being because I'll add those in a second. I think I want that. Oops. Kind of like that. The leaves you can just simply, if you want to curl them, that's easy to do. Just literally get them in your fingers and bend them. But you only need a little bit of glue on the end because you want to add a bit of dimension to it. I want to say a little bit. There you go. It's the whole thing just decides it's going to squirt out. But hey. There. So that's going to go there. Just make sure that's where I want that one. Yep. Use some of that glue that's still on the back of that other one. I'm just going to use my scissors to poke it down. I think that looks all right. It's a group of 3, so if I put another leaf on, I think it would look a bit odd. Let's try it. Yeah, no, right, that's what we're going to stick to. So I'm going to add that to that. That's my first attempt at that hello. Just now going to get covered in glue and then stuck to that lighter yellow. Push that down. And then that can get added to the card. And again, you can glue it on or you could use foam pads. Given that I've already got a foam pad on here, I think I'm just going to glue this down. Although having the dimension is actually quite nice. Oh, what the heck. I'll just use some foam pads. Just use the 3. Like so. Put that on. I mean, you could put it down the bottom even. Actually, that's quite sweet there. There we go. So there's that. Could put a little bit of wink of Stella on it. Leaves and all. And then I need to find some bling, but I think I'm going going to leave it as it is at the moment. So those are the cards. Oops, bits all over the place. So that's the one that I've made just now. That was my sample that I made based on the card from Carol. And it's actually surprising just how, just by changing the placement of things and just using slightly different things, the same stamp, so that the flowers are from the same stamp set and dies. Paper's the same, although this does look a bit darker than that, and I'm not quite sure why that is. It could be that I've cut it from a different part of the sheet. That glue's not quite dry enough yet to come off, but I will tidy that up. So those are my cards. So I hope you've enjoyed that. As I said, this will get put on YouTube. I'll put all the cutting instructions and details of everything that I've used. And then I hope you are inspired to give it a go. So take care and see you in 2 weeks. Bye.